So the first task that you will receive in stage 2 is to do the application check. Now you get either a check online application, or you will get a check manual application. So if it's a client that applied online, you will get a check online application, and you will get the link to the application. So you can click on it, open it up, and actually review the application for its completeness. If it's a manual application, the task will look similar like this, but you will not have a link. It will also clearly show you need to check the manual application. That means this is a customer that has filled in a paper application. You have got the paper application with you, with all the attachments and so forth. And what you do is you literally just go through that entire paper application and check if there is anything missing. Now let's start this task by clicking the start button. So what you will see in this task, number 1, as I said, is the online application link. Otherwise, it will just be a manual application that we assume you've got with you, and you need to go and see that all the additional documentation is done, and that all the sections of the application has been filled in. Now when you do this quick check, there's only 2 things you need to do on this task. The first one is, if you see there are things missing on the application that the client still needs to add, you can say, is the application complete, and you keep it at no. If the application and all the attachments are completed, you basically select yes. So in the overview video, we showed you the choices between selecting yes and no. By selecting no, we will ultimately move this application to the waiting for client stage. Now what is very important is that you go and write a message to the client, and here you can just simply say missing documents, and you can write copy of ID, for example, and signed KYC document. Let's say it's only those 2 things that's been missing. Here you pretty much just make your list of all the things that's missing in the application. You will see that later on, because these things are missing, it's going to be used by the system to draft a email to the client, which you can still correct a little bit later. Alright, so you write down the missing documents, and then you just simply press proceed. If the application is complete and you select yes, you do not have to fill this in, obviously. So let's go and press proceed. The next task you will receive when you have selected that there are missing information in the application is a task where you can now construct an email to the client. So we press start, and when we look at the task, we can see here the little list that you made earlier on in terms of the missing document is basically stated here. Now what Sai has done is actually write the mail, or at least construct a mail with that information and your details as a sales consultant. What's also important is Sai has put the link that to the application that the client can use to update their information. So the only thing you have to do in this task, if you still want to edit anything, is to take this entire message, to copy it and to paste it in the message box here. This allows you to have a final look at the entire message and see if there's anything you would like to actually change on it or not. If you are happy with the message, you can submit the message. You and the client will receive an email as you've constructed it that highlights what documents are missing and giving them a link to the application so that they can do the necessary update. And this is what the email looks like. A copy of the email you can also find if you open up the application card of the client. You can clearly see the outgoing email that was sent to the client with the details. As well as an SMS that was sent to the client to tell them that they need to check their email for additional information required.